Well, it sure feels like winter here in southwest Wisconsin this morning. We've got a little bit of snow on the ground from a few days ago, and it's about 5 degrees below zero here this morning. But that's okay. We've got the pellet stove all fired up there in the shop, and I do have the new transmission and rear end bolted on to the front end of my H. I've got the wheels and tires mounted back on it here, so as long as we've got a nice fire going in here, we'll work on the H a little bit today. The next thing I need to do, I've just got it bolted together. I don't have anything else done, so I need to put the clutch shaft back in. The drive shaft there that goes from the clutch to the connector there, I need to do that. And I think I am going to do something about fabricating a different hydraulic reservoir for this. So I'm not going to put the belly pump reservoir back in. I've got a piece of sheet metal here that I'm going to fabricate and make a cover for the bottom there where the belly pump was. I've got these holes here. I'll figure out a way to get those closed off, and I'm going to fabricate a block off plate here where the belt drive mechanism went. I've got a piece of 3/16 box steel that I'm going to use to fabricate that, and as long as I know I'm going to do some sort of a reservoir, I think I'm going to incorporate a mount for my hydraulic reservoir as part of my the block off plate that I make. So I've been looking around a little bit on eBay, and there are some hydraulic reservoirs that look like they're kind of a universal fit. There's a couple different sizes. I think I can pick up one of those and make it work. So I guess it's time to get to work. Okay, the H is starting to look a little more like a tractor again. I've got the seat and fenders, the hitch on, the PTO shield. I've got the stand there and the steering wheel. I've got everything underneath done. I've got the shaft that runs from the clutch back to the couple, and the transmission is all back together. The clutch linkage is on. I've started fabricating a block off plate for the belt pump drive rather. It's still rough. I've got the holes drilled. I used the gasket as a template, and I don't know. I still have it in my mind that that is going to somehow be part of the mount for the hydraulic reservoir that I'm going to put on there. I've had the gas tank on here and did some measuring. One of the hydraulic reservoir tanks that I've found online looks like it'll fit. It'll be tight, but somehow I have the feeling that this belt drive block off plate will be involved in the mount of that, but I'm not really sure how. But that'll come together. So, all right, I've had the opportunity to work on the H a little bit here today. I've got my belt pulley block off plate manufactured here, and I've got a couple of some mounting pads there incorporated for my new hydraulic reservoir, which I did get the other day. Showed up, so I've been doing a little fitting on that here, and it's kind of tight between the battery box and the fuel tank mount here, but it does fit. So I've decided to put it in this way with the pickup on the other end and the return line going in here. I do also have I've got a screened pickup to go on the other end ordered, and I've also got a return line filter, a screw-in filter ordered that I'm hoping the mailman will deliver later on this morning. We'll see if that shows up or not. So I've got the plan is to mount the filter right in here, bring the return line from the spool over here into that, and I picked up a piece of 1-inch pipe to go right through the housing here. It goes right through there in this handy opening that's on both sides. So I also have the block off plate, the cover for the bottom where the belly pump slash reservoir was. I've got that all fabricated and ready to go on. Walk around to the other side of the tractor here, and as I said, I've got a screen pickup to screw into here, and the plan is to put an elbow there, go on and plumb it into this pipe to go across and onto the pump. So I'm thinking I might be able to offset this enough that the stock filler here in this kind of universal reservoir will clear the right side of the gas tank. If not, I'll probably have to just weld that up and move it over. That's not a big deal. I'll also have to weld some mounting brackets. This tank had a couple of legs on each side, but that really didn't do me any good, so I ground them off. So good deal. We're getting some progress made here on this project, so we'll keep going on. Okay, the mailman came through with one of my packages. I've got my screened pickup here. So the idea is I will screw this into the tank here. Then take my pipe and fittings here, screw that in there, screw the lower pipe in down there, and have my pickup. So I didn't get the filter today, so hopefully maybe the UPS man will show up with that later this afternoon. Otherwise, I can go quite a ways towards getting the tank fitted and fastened in place now. Well, I did end up moving the filler tube. It did not clear the gas tank, which I guess I should have known it wouldn't, and kind of what I figured. So I cut the old filler off, welded a patch over it, and welded a new filler pipe into the tank here. And also, yay, I did get my filter, the screw-on oil filter for the turn line. So I'll mount that in here somewhere. So all right, I've got the filter, I've got my welding done. Right now, after all the grinding, cutting, and welding, I need to take the tank outside and wash it out really well with diesel fuel a few times. Then I can get serious about doing some installation. Okay, we're getting things plumbed up pretty well here. I've got some brackets welded on to the back of the tank there. I've got my screened pickup in there and plumbed there, going through the housing. I'll go over to the other side of the tractor. Light's a little better over here now. I've got my my filter installed, new line going back there to the valve. I've got one more fitting I need to run to town and get before I can hook up the pipe there that comes from the pickup to the pump. So all in all, we're going pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way this has turned out. I could have kept using it like it was with the belly pump, the old belly pump, as a hydraulic reservoir like they did with a lot of these. But I wanted something a little bit better. With this setup now, it will have a couple of more gallons of capacity. I've got the screen for the pickup. I've got the filter in here, so it's just a lot better setup. And I've had the gas tank on and off here, and it really doesn't look out of place with the gas tank in there. It tucks there nicely. So I think this is probably going to be the last bit on this particular video. So I will probably post again when I have the tractor running and out driving around, so I can make sure the transmission rear end that I put on this tractor is fine. I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay, but you never really know until you drive it around. So that's all for now, and I'll post again when the tractor is actually out riding.